What's going on, people? Good evening, man. It's a beautiful Friday evening, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether you, man, are out drinking your beers, having a little liquor, out for dinner, or you're just chilling at home in the back garden or whatever. Listen, welcome back to the football locker room, man. I hope everyone's enjoyed their day. It's Friday. The majority of people, you don't have no work tomorrow. You see it? So hopefully we can all enjoy the weekend. You know what I mean? This is our second one today, people. Now, unfortunately, I wish I was back in better circumstances. I wish I was back in better circumstances. But unfortunately, I'm not. But this is the life of an Arsenal fan. Now, I mean, more bad than good news, it seems like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously, you guessed it. Noni Madueke, the sign has been confirmed now. Officially confirmed. Like, he's sitting in the seat. Do you know what I mean? At Sober Realty training ground. Do you know what I mean? You know, the little picture with the pen in the hand and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. And now listen, people. Obviously, we're gonna touch into Mbeumo as well. Do you know what I mean? Another big signing. And when I say big, I'm talking, from a big club, good money spent, first team player, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? That's been confirmed as well. Finally, boy, these United man have been going crazy. You see it? But, first off, we're gonna talk about this money transfer. We're gonna talk about this money transfer. Now, listen, people. I know that you already know my thoughts of the signing. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a good player, bruv. For the level that we need to reach to, I don't think he's good enough at all. At all. But you know what? I've gone into that. I'll probably even get back into it. You know what I mean? You know how it goes. Do you know what I mean? But the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys, because for years, I've had members of the ADL, aka the Arteta Defense League, telling me, but the board let down the manager. Yeah, the board let down the manager. Didn't want to spend the money in Watkins. Didn't want to buy a striker. And I kept telling you, bumper holes, yeah, that this motherfucker got too much power at this club. I keep telling, man, they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen, people. They didn't want to listen. Even though it came out of the horse's mouth and Arteta said, hey, I get the final say on signings. It came out the horse's mouth. Lego head, the cult leader, he told you personally, he gets the final say on transfers. So now when we make bad signings, it's look at Edu. Now it's gonna be look at Berta. Nah. Absolutely not. Bunch of bullshit. And listen, people, we're gonna go for a little, a little statement, yeah, that Ben Jacobs put out today. You know what I mean? So it goes as follows. And people, listen, making sure you're smashing the like, subscribing your way in if you ain't subscribed already. You understand? But Arsenal confirmed Noni Madueke has joined on a 5-year contract of £48 million plus 40 million fee. The 4 million in add-ons, 48 up front. Cool. Here is where it gets interesting now. Here is where it gets interesting, because if you bumper holes never listened before, if you never learned before, you're going to learn today. Now, this first part, of course, they're going to put that there. Of course. And the first part is this. Still driven by Andrea Berta. Yeah, of course, because we're a family. You know what I mean? We do things together. Seriously. But this part here, people, is the telling part. With Mikel Arteta playing a key role, as he tends to in player pitches. Let me repeat that again for the bumberos at the back that didn't hear. Yeah? Mikel Arteta playing a key role. It's this part. Oh, guys, this is the part. As he tends to in player pitches. It's him. So we know this ain't the first time. This ain't the second time. This ain't the third time. That is not what that piece of information insinuates. That piece of information insinuates whenever they have these transfer meetings, do you know what I mean? Himself, director of football, I know Per Mertesacker is a part of it. Can't remember exactly who else is a part of it. But when they sit down and have their meetings, this brother's out there making pictures. So if he's always been making these pictures, then where the ass is the pitch for the striker? Where has it been for how many years, people? Where has it been? Because apparently it's the club that lets him down. Yeah, it's the club that lets him down. How many more information do you need? That motherfucker done already told you he gets the final say on signings. But apparently everybody else but him was to blame for not bringing a striker. 200 million British pound we done spend in 23-24 with a blood clot striker there. When there? Didn't sign one. Because let's remember, Havertz was bought for that midfield. He was bought for the midfield. He was never meant to be centre forward. You saw Gabriel Jesus get a long-term injury. You saw him get a long-term injury. As soon as he's back, you play him. You don't even manage him properly. And who was the other striker at the time? Oh, Eddie Nketiah. You gave 100k to. And the number 14. Jesus Christ, that even pays me saying it to this day. That is what he wanted. He was fine with Eddie Nketiah. He was fine with Gabriel Jesus. He was fine with that. And then last summer comes. How much money did Tony went for, people? Ivan Tony? What, 40 mil? Ivan Tony went for 40 mil, guys. Dovbyk played for Girona. Girona even plays a somewhat similar style to us. The brother went for 35 mil. Soloff, even though not really a player that I saw much. Do you know what I mean? But both him, Soloff, and what's his name, Dovbyk, these men were top scorers in the La Liga. So I don't want to hear nothing about the options weren't there and any of that stuff. Nah. All of these men went for less money than we bought Calafiori for. We already had Zinchenko on the books. We already had Tierney on the books. We had Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I'm pretty sure he's been a part of first team training from last season. But this Bumper Hole couldn't see that he couldn't play inverted left back. No, instead of buying up money on a striker, you go and get a player in a position where there's already 3 men that can play there. There was nobody else coming to me about the board, let Arteta down, all this fuck. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because as I kept telling you guys, what Mikel Arteta wants, he gets. Now, like with any leadership position, if anyone has a high position in a big boy company, maybe there's the odd compromise or two. There's always that saying, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. You can have all the money in the world, but because of your position, you can't be in the public like that. You can't have it all. So I get it. Maybe not 100% of things, but most things, this Lego head, he gets. So when it comes to this piss poor talent ID exists at this football club, we spent how much money on how many players, but apparently squad depth was bad. Nah, it's all on him. It's all on him. Should I say it's mostly on him? He should be the first name people call, because like what Ben Jacobs has said, Mikel Arteta playing a key role as he tends to in player pictures. What he does. This is what he does. Let's continue. Now we gotta look at more bullshit, people. But let's continue. Arsenal have admired Madueke for some time, and appreciate his power and versatility as a wide forward, viewed as a strong profile fit. Sounds like a mutant explanation to me. Oh, the right profile. The right profile. But how about actually get a good footballer that could do good things with the football club, man? Seriously. In particular, Madueke's strong technical ability. Oh, oh, god damn it. Oh, apologies, people. What did I just read? What the fuck was that? What did we just see, people? What did I just read? Madueke's strong technical ability. Let me not repeat those words. Oh, mate. I feel sick reading that shit. Lord of his mercy. Strong technical ability. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And listen, people, hopefully the brother proves me wrong, but until then, there's an asterisk on your name, my brother. There's an asterisk on your ass name. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. 1 versus 1 success rate, speed, strength, and shooting. Nah, this is comedy, man. This is comedy. This is absolute comedy. Do you know what I mean? This is comedy. If anyone knows the channel United Real Therapy, if anyone knows that channel, United fan, and he used to sing a song. I don't know if he still does. He used to sing a song. Comedy FC. Here we go. Here we go. Comedy FC. Sounds like us right now. This is comedic stuff. This is comedic stuff. I swear to God, this needs a Netflix special, people. It needs a Netflix special. I swear to God. Shooting. His shooting stood out. What are these men watching? What are these men watching? Seriously, man. Big up Andre, man. Big yourself up. Big up the chat. You understand? Big up chat. I said before, with the money we paid for Madueke, we should have used that fee to pay Arteta out of his contract. Hey, no qualms there, my brother. Yo, you want to hear an argument for me? That would have been a big salary that we could have made. And we could have got my man that was at Inter, Simone Inzaghi. Could have got him, but he lost 4-0. Well, was it 5-0? He lost 5-0 in the final, guys. He scrubbed. These times our manager can't get to one blood clot final in 5 years. But anyways, man, do you know what I mean? Big up yourself, man, YN, man. Big up yourself. Big up the emergency. Yes, emergency. Do you know what it is, guys? It was when I saw this. When I saw this. Yeah, nah. Head gone. Head is gone. I might need to back out a cigarette in a sec. I swear to God, my head's gone, bruv. My head's gone. And I'm by a window, blood. I'm pretty sure my neighbors can hear me flipping out. It's crazy. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Pick up Andre again, man. They understand. They said in Jan, we're not getting anyone because we got a war chest for the summer. And this is the bombers we get in Kepa, Mosquera, NordVPN, Madueke. Still waiting on Gyökeres and another attacking player. Yeah, big facts. Big facts. But this is why I tell you, man, this club is full of piss, my bro. The club is full of piss. I don't trust them. I don't trust them, and I congratulate them for very, very little. I don't trust these, man. I really, really don't. I really don't. It's just crazy. Look at these, man. And obviously, there's Zubomendi added to that as well, but the only real exciting player, bro, he hasn't even arrived yet. We are divvying over £2 million on a flipping add-on, mate. This is what we're doing. Either that or the transfer has been sorted out. But you know this football club already. They already want to pay on the heartstrings of its fans. They want to do it because it gains traction. It gains attention. in their minds, it creates more of an impact because there's all this build up. And then once the news comes out, it's the woo. It's probably how they see it. These man, they don't wanna put information out there. They wanna manipulate the fans. This is what they wanna do. This is what they wanna do. Look how many things was coming out from Zubi. Oh, really like Xabi Alonso, might go Real Madrid. These times the signing was done from way back. But anyways, you know what I mean? Big up Jay in the building, man. Big up Jay in the building. Honestly, man. Do you know what I mean? Why and again, the toilet is blocked and Madueke dropped. Here we go. That's a good one, my brother. That's a good one, fam. That's a good one. Bro, he suits the system, yeah. A lot of these scrubs that we bought, this is what we was told. Remember when Marino was coming in, he's going to unlock Martinelli. If Arteta wants him, I want him. To be fair, I haven't seen that for a minute, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? Maybe slowly but surely people are starting to wake up, but people still back this, man. People still back this, man. And yeah, the what do you call it? Yeah, there's people starting to critique certain things, etc., but they still back him. They still back him. Do you know what I mean? And they do this, people. They do this with a whole lot of players. We bought Havertz. They excused him. We saw Havertz stink out the gas for 3 years at Chelsea. We made excuses talking about he's going to do this and he's going to do that for the system. Do you know what I mean? One moment, people. Let me grab this thing right out the battery. Is it? You know what I mean? Crazy, man. 1v1 speed demon hype. Yeah, I'm not even hearing it, man. I'm not even hearing that. Really and truly. Yeah, Mr. Structure. Mr. Structure, United will therapy. That's what I was talking about. Comedy FC. I need to. Because what I just read there, oh my days. I think, do you know what? Mikel Arteta, wherever you are, any doubt. In fact, I'm not even going to blame the scouts. I'm not going to blame the scouts. I'll go into that in a moment. I'm not even going to blame the scouts. I'll go into that in a moment. If it's not in this post, it's in another post. But honestly, Mikel, take these. You fucking need these, mate. You need these. And I'm blind as a bat. But I can tell you with my 2 eyes instead of 4, I can tell you this guy. He is not a good shooter, people. He's not a good shooter. What are we doing here? Oh, away. Shit away. That might soon be a sub, man. Do you know what I mean? Reads like a first teamer report. Big facts. Club is full of piss. One Madueke, you, sewer water. Now, trust me, bro. Told man, I'd rather smell my diarrhea, blood. Do you know what I mean? I had to get to you, man, in the chat. But I think there's one little piece left. One little piece left. And this piece, yeah, I'll go through one more time. And I've said to people for a little while now, do you know what, yeah? When stats first came into the game, it was actually kind of interesting. Gave a different perspective. I think what became a problem was when stats then started to become as important. And for some people, the stats became more important than with these. And I'm going to keep on telling people football is played on a grass pitch with 22 men and it's fair ball. It is not played on Microsoft Excel. I watched football for so many years like that. None of these football nerds that got picked last in PE, they ain't going to tell me shit. I've been watching football for too long. Making stats. Because when people want to argue with me, I had this argument with people about Madueke, and it's like, bro, when I watch him, he looks like my 12-year-old niece trying to dribble. Yes, he has physical attributes that can be effective. But really and truly, people, this sport is called football. Football. What you need to be best at, it's in the name, football. It's the ball at your feet. Half the time, this brother looks like he's chasing his first touch. But because I think he's a decent height. I think he's like 5'11", 6 foot maybe. I think, Do you know what I mean? And he's strong. He could burst past players. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he can't do anything, just for the quality that we want, especially considering the fact that we was linked with Rodrigo, who I was telling people it was never going to happen. Obviously, I wanted it to happen, but I was telling people it wasn't going to happen. I was telling people. And I'm like, bro, you don't know your club. If people actually think that we're going to go out there and we're going to go on to get Eze, I get Rodrigo, as well as bringing a Madueke, you don't know your football club, my G. You don't know your football club. You don't know it. But back to the main point. This last bit here when it said all of these skills, yeah, that they mentioned, strong technical ability, 1 versus 1 success rate, speed, strength, and shooting stood out in data-driven analysis. I swear to flipping God, stats in the bin. I'm campaigning for this shit. Stats in the bin. It's gone too far now. It was nice while it lasted. It was nice when it was first introduced, you know? A different perspective. And because there's so much football, there's 90 minutes of football, especially if you're watching on TV. Sometimes you're following the ball. Sometimes you don't always get to see all the action of every single player. You know, so what, maybe to give just another perspective, it was nice when it first joined. But see, this bullshit, this is why stats don't matter. This is why you have to watch football. We are too eyeball them. That's why you have to watch it. Because I don't know how from a group of numbers on a sheet can you say this brother has strong technical ability. Strong. Now my head's gone. Strong. They're saying this technical strong. You know, technique is something that you see. It's the way that you strike a ball. It's the way you receive the ball. It's your close control, you know, the fundamentals. You see those things. But these men are really trying to tell me. They're really trying to tell me. Man looked at a flipping Microsoft Excel sheet to tell me that he has strong technical ability. What a blood clot on our smoke. One that on don't smoke, on a rich, on a sniff. You man are sniffing in these transfer meetings, I'm telling you, man. With a bottle of whiskey on the table, you got to be. No one in their right mind can tell me that Madueke has strong technical ability. And how do they come to that conclusion? Oh, from reading numbers on the sheet. Are you kidding me? What? Bro, people, not even like, yeah, he's decent technically. Oh, he has a good technical level, a decent technical level, strong technical ability, strong. Are you mad? No, seriously, are you mad? I'm losing my head. Hey, listen, let me pause. I'm sick. I'm actually sick. Big up everyone, man. Make sure you're smashing the like and subscribe. I'm sick. And you know what, yeah? People wonder why I flipping hate stats. Because I know, well, at least I believe that all of these football clubs, they have data analysis to actually look through this stuff. Like, what happened? And you guys have the budget for it. There's more money in football. What happened to sending your scouts all over the place to scout for players? What happened to that? What happened? What happened to getting a Cristiano Ronaldo? I know the market was different back then. You can argue 12 mil might have been actually a good amount of money for an 18-year-old, but the 12 million for a Cristiano Ronaldo. Remember how we used to sign players? Rosicky, Kleb, Nasri. I don't think any of these men cost more than 20 mil. And this was at a time where United and Chelsea, these men were doing up 40, 50 million transfers, bro. Like, what happened to that? What happened to that? Where's the scouting? Watch football with your eyes, people. Seriously. You're going to look at a stat sheet to tell me Madueke has strong technical... Big up Ryan in the chat, man. Madueke is meant to create. All he can do is dribble on ball carry. He couldn't create stink in a festival toilet. Now, facts. At this point, bro, just hopefully he beats his man. He smashes it across, it deflects, and Gyökeres can score them scumbag goals that he has been at Sporting. That's the whole. You don't know. I'm done hoping, but do you know what I mean? If I have to be level-headed. You know what I mean? If I gotta be level-headed, you know what I mean, then that's the hope, innit? You can get past this man, because Lord knows Martinelli struggles to get past this man. But you know what? I actually think Martinelli can cross the ball better. I actually think Martinelli can strike a ball better than him. Do you know what I mean? The best that I've seen from Martinelli, I haven't seen anything near it for Madueke. Only problem is the best of Martinelli, I ain't seen that shit in over 2 years now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's wild. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. You know what I mean? Big up Andre, man. Shaq, you should have seen all the articles they've been posting about all the mediocre players who's trying to justify them. Nah, bro, I've been seeing it now, bro. Man was scrolling through X's like report after report. Oh, Madueke's great, young talent, blah, blah, this experience, that experience. Bro, this is why man had to come on here, bro. I had to come on here. I'm not listening to this shit. Why is it with Arsenal Football Club? Everything is a spin. Everything is a spin. You know what? I can accept that from the official club website. I can expect that. But all these flipping wannabe journals want to come up with these fucking thick pieces. Do you know what I mean? What's that brother's name? Charles Watts. Coming out, do you know what? I'm going to see if we can. I don't even know if I want to go through that. But do you know what? I'm going to see if I got that. I'll check in a sec. Do you know what I mean? I've seen the NordVPN scout report. They said he wraps the ball well, comparing his stats to Party. This is what they do, bro. This is what they do. They love to spin shit. Do you know what I mean? I have to call these man Beyblade, but that's all they do. They spin. They've done it for Havertz. They've done it for Calafiori. They've done it for Marino. They've done it. People. They done it for Raheem Sterling. So I don't want, listen, I know my head is gone, but I don't want no one telling me I'm overreacting. This player's this. I'm not hearing it, bro, because you man find positives out of shit. Someone could level shit in the middle of the road. You walk up to it and find positives. Look at the shape of the shit. It was shaped nice. This is what man will do. Just spin, bruv, they spin everything. But I'm sorry, guys, that last bit there, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go through that again for the seats in the back. In particular, Madueke's strong technical ability, 1-versus-1 success rate, speed, strength, and shooting stood out in data-driven analysis. People, to all my football brothers and sisters out there, stop giving these football nerds the time of day. Stop it. All these stats that you guys love to mention and love to talk about, the same stats told my football club that Madueke has strong technical ability. When is it going to stop, people? When is it going to stop? When are we going to stop doing these numbers arguments? I can't get over that. There's one last paragraph here, people. I can't get over that. I can't get over it. Strong technical ability. Shooting. Chelsea fans themselves will tell you. The guy ranks with so many shots, bro. He's greedy, and when he shoots, he barely hits in the back of the net, mate. Got a hat-trick second game of the season. And from game week 3 to game week 38, how many goals did he score? 4 goals. From game week 3 to game week 38, 4 goals. Now, we did get a little minor injury during the season. Of course, he didn't always start. But, bro, are you kidding me? Shooting. You man must have saw him at a gun range or something. You saw him at a gun range. That's what you mean. It can't be football. Can't be that. You must have seen man in a gun range hit the target. It must be that. Shooting. Stood out in data-driven analysis. When are we going to learn, people? No, as a football community, we need to come together. The numbers thing, the stats thing, it's gone too far. Way too far. To the point where man are telling me Madueke had strong technical ability. Are you fucking kidding me? Big up the chat. Big up the chat. Big up Ryan again, man. You just obviously have stat analysts that are trash. Do that, and most of the LFC do that, and most of their signings land. You know what? I hear it. Liverpool have been doing the stats thing. In fact, hold on a second. Didn't Liverpool years ago? Didn't Liverpool get fined because I don't know? I think they took like a data system or like data stuff from Man City illegally or something, and they got fined for it. This was years ago. Like I said, yeah, like a lot of football clubs actually have a data analyst team. And you know what? Look, let's say there's a weakness in another team, and you all know the highest level of football is fine margins. Maybe you get the report of a team to see where they're weak at. And when you see where they're weak at, the analysts bring it to the coach, the head coach or whatever. They're like, look, these one are weak here, they're weak there. And then the coaches that have also, watched these players, and then they can all have that conversation. Okay, well, the stats say this, I know this, and then find the balance of, okay, well, we will use this stat and my knowledge of this to exploit that team. Look, I hear it. There's a lot of money in football these days. So I hear it. But when it gets to this point, I've got to think. Nah, get the stats out the bin, man. Like I said, as a football community, we need to come together, man. Because it's gone too far now. It's gone too far. Yep, and good shooting, but poor conversion rate. Yep, 100%. 100%. I wonder where did the conversion rate show up in the stats? They don't show up in the stats, no? They don't? They said about Raheem the Dream is like getting they said about Raheem the Dream is like getting a Messi, bro. A Messi. Raheem also said you haven't seen the best of me. Yeah. We heard the crazy talk. Man actually thought Raheem Sterling was going to get us a Premier League title. Man actually thought that. So yeah, no, I don't want anyone telling me, I'm off my head, I'm just complaining for no reason. No. Because some of these same man, you lapped up fucking Raheem Sterling to me. You lapped up Raheem Sterling. You saw him miss blatant fucking 1-on-1s for Chelsea and you fucking lapped him up. No one can tell me I'm overreacting. Majority of my fan base, you lap up shit. You lap up Havertz. You lap up Marino. You lap up Sterling. You love hyping shit. I don't know what it is with you. We want to get rid of players, but none of them would get the money we got for Chamberlain. So which player did he improve? The players we want to sell for high money is still from the Emery era identified. This is a good point, because when you think about it, the man that has been linked to weight in that attack is Martinelli. And I think that signing might have been under Michelin Tap or it might have been under Edu. I can't remember which one. But yeah, it was before this manager came in. Let's get rusty out here, man. Nah, facts. How many of these players do we move? How out of the players here that we're looking to move on, bro? How much money are we really getting for them? And amongst those players, I'm looking at Kivior. To be fair, I think we'll get a decent fee for him. I'm looking at Kivior. I'm looking at Zinchenko. And I'm looking at Martinelli and or Trossard. I'm looking at those four. And aside from Martinelli, none of them can potentially command more than 50 mil. None of them. It's a mad thing. It's a mad thing. Do you know what I mean? Tune into the Shaq cry along. Yeah, tune in, people. Come, tune in. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. If you want to see an Arsenal fan lose his head, hit the like. Hit the subscribe. And I repeat, I don't want anyone telling me saying being negative, this, that, whatnot, blah, blah. Especially if you're one of the positive Arsenal fans. Because you lapped up fucking Raheem Sterling. You thought he was going to win us the league. Pussies. Excuse me. Shaq, you truly have a supporter. I know. Hey, big up yourself. A man's a troll and a supporter. Do you know what I mean? You get me? It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. Good evening, Shaq, man. Good evening, Wahaha, man. I know you was here earlier on today, man. Man, I had to jump back on again for you guys. Man, been on 36 minutes. I can't even finish this post yet. I have like 3 more to do. Well, 1 more Arsenal one to go for. I think it was a short one. Might not be needed. I'll give it a double check. But for anyone tuning in late, me, I'm flipping over this. Don't know if you might see the arrow on my screen. I'm tripping over this in particular. Madueke, strong technical ability. Strong technical ability. 1 versus 1 success rate. Speed, strength, and shooting stood out in data-driven analysis. Excuse me? Strong technical ability. Guys, I've been going over this for the past 15 fucking minutes. I still can't believe I read that. I still can't believe this information that's been sitting right in front of me. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Man read this paragraph, I'm like, no. That's the conclusion. That is the conclusion that they come to. Jesus, no wonder why our talent ID is piss poor. No wonder why. Let me finally finish the last part, people, before I start losing my head over again. Strong technical ability. You fucking kidding me, mate? What's going on? Arsenal view Madueke as capable of providing cover and ultimately competition to Bukayo Saka. Also encouraged by the amount of games Madueke started for Chelsea. So let me get this right. And this is where some of these journals, they want to lie. Let me get this right. We were encouraged by the amount of games Madueke started for Chelsea. So that must mean Madueke was starting quite a few games at Chelsea. And he's going to come here to be cover on competition for Saka. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. We are full of shit, guys. We are actually full of shit. You know what I mean? Big up Bayern again, man. As long as wages can be agreed between player and buying club, I don't think we get more than 30 mil for the scrubs yet. I think Zinchenko, because he's on 150k, I think you're looking at 15 million at best. I'm looking at Trossard. I think we should come on 20-25 mil, but I think that's another 15 mil there. I'm looking at Kivior. To be fair, Kivior is probably the one centre back where I think we can command more than 30 million for. That's one thing out. So that's one signing. I mean, we spent 25 million on him anyway, so 5 mil profit about time, if that is the case. I'm thinking, who else? Oh yeah, obviously Martinelli. Do you know what I mean? I think really and truly, I think you could get in this market, you should be able to get 50 mil for Martinelli, even if it's a certain structure of payment or whatnot. Even if we have to help with a little part of the wages, I think you could get Martinelli gone for 50 million. And if we can't, while there's real interest in him, then Berta, you know what I mean? Berta, you got some explaining to do. If you can't get rid of Martinelli for 50 million, you got some explaining to do, Berta. You got some explaining to do. You really do. I want people to stop saying Arteta improved Gabriel Magalhaes. First and foremost, when you sorted out his hairline, started showing out his hairline and playing DMs in front of him, improved it. Bro, I can't lie, Gabby with that hairline, like that bozo genius. God, I didn't even think about it. Big up yourself, Andre, man. I didn't even think about it, you know. But when I deep it, since the hairlines come in, boom, man, look, no more bozo. But do you know what? Also, that tactical switch as well. And I don't think, do you know what it is here? Like, me personally, I don't think we play with two DMs in it. I think that we play with a 4-3-3. We play with 1 6 and 2 8s. That's me personally. What it is that sometimes when we lose the ball, and the last time we lost the ball, we press, or we pressed and play past the press. What we do is we like to come back into that 4-4-2 formation. Do you know what I mean? That dirty, nasty mid block. And then that was when we would have Rice and Party in front of him, or at one point Rice and Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? But I genuinely don't believe we actually play with two DMs. It's just our defensive setup when we lose the ball, especially when the ball progresses further down the pitch. That's when we get into a shape. Or we've lost the ball a couple of times if we press, but this time it's like, okay, cool. Like, we pick and choose our times to press, and we pick or choose our times to just sit in that 4-4-2 mid block. Do you know what I mean? But nah, I agree. Even so, like, defensively, we are more solid as a team because we're set up differently. You know what I mean? But that's my personal opinion, anyways, man. Ethan or Saliba or Saka are the only sales that would bring over 50 million plus this season. Let me think. Right, so, but if you're talking about what players in our squad is worth, I'll have to disagree. I think you could get over 50 million for Odegaard. Do you know what? There's me. I'm talking out of my ass. The guy's on 240k a week. Damn. If we was to really sell Odegaard, would we actually get 50 mil? And not because he's not worth it, not because he doesn't command it, it's because we put him on ridiculous wages. That's a fair point. I can't lie, Bayern. That's a fair point. Maybe there's a couple other players that I think Timber could command above 50 mil. I think who else? Maybe Raya, you know. I think Raya is a real decent keeper. But I don't know. I think he's what, 29, 30 now? You know what? Probably not. Probably not. But I think he got half a point. Do you know what I mean? Because of the wages that we put our players on, I think, well, outside of Ethan, Saliba, and Saka, I do think it'll be difficult to get 50 million for any of our players. But so be it, man. You know what I mean? So be it. They trying to paint a picture that ain't there for this Madueke deal. Facts! Let me repeat that again, people, for the seats in the back. Because I was reading that a bit fast. They're trying to paint a picture that ain't there for this Madueke deal. Facts. Like I said before, let it rip! Beyblade, this is Arsenal Football Club. We spin everything. Everything is a spin. Everything. We spun Havertz 65 mil, 285k a week. We spun that. Our fan base, the journals that are in the club's pockets, they spun that shit. They spun it. Big up to my brother Tom. He's not a deluded one, but I tell you what, when the signing was close, we sat there for my birthday dinner. In fact, no, we signed Havertz early. We done sign Havertz already. We sat there on my birthday dinner. And man was trying to justify the team, saying he's gonna play it as a shadow striker. And I get it. What, you know what I mean? We're here to speak football. So you do want to comment on, you know what was Havertz's role gonna be? But man actually justified it. And I get it. Like I said, we're here to speak football. So I can say, me personally, I think Madueke is there for the left wing. Because Martinelli, I don't know, he's instructed to hug the touchline a little more often than not. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit awkward to be able to hug the touchline, get the ball across with your stronger feet when you're hugging the touchline. Do you know what I mean? But when you're on your left foot and you're on the left wing and you're already facing play and you beat a man, you can put a cross in. Do you know what I mean? You can shank a shot in. And I think that's the idea that he's looking at. Because to be fair, Martinelli don't really like beating his man. Don't like beating his man. Funny enough, I call him the Bolivian. I think he's got better ball control. It's just he's a bit, the brain's a bit dunce. That's why he doesn't beat his man. His brain's a bit dunce and he runs out of play. He's a bit dunced at you. You know what I mean? But flipping out. Apologies, I didn't even get to finish. I don't even think I got to finish the thing. And I swear, it's just like the Arsenal to say we ain't got money no more for attacking players after Gyökeres. Low maybe. Yeah, facts. Facts. But it's like you chose to spend 52 million on my man. So I know it's only 5 million, but we had Carl Jacob Hein. You could have just kept him as backup because it's not like Arteta likes rotating outfield players. So God knows when he's going to rotate the goalkeeper. I think it took until, when was it? I think it took until January where he played Neto in goal. Remember, he wasn't eligible for the League Cup. He wasn't eligible for that because he had already played for Bournemouth in that competition. Because we got him on the last day. Poor planning once again. And Girona was one of our last 2 Champions League games. Those last 2 Champions League games, they come in January. So yeah, we didn't see Neto until Jan. And after that, we didn't see him since. So it's not like we rotate our goalkeeper. Didn't have to do that, but it's the typical theme with Arsenal. Don't know how to manage our money properly, man. Do you know what I mean? Nah, it's a DM with a centre back in front of it. A DM with a centre back in front. Oh, I get yeah, because Rice originally was a centre back, innit? Yeah, mad thing, bro. This manager has turned very cowardice with the way he set us up, man. That 22-23 season stung him, but he's gotten more and more defensive, and at least in terms of the league, we have regressed. So, boy, good luck to us. Good luck to us. Other ghosts, only Saudi would pay 50 mil on his wages. Maybe, yeah. Do you know what? I think Saudi would definitely buy him. I think they would definitely buy him. But on his wages, it's very difficult to see another European football club coming for him and spend big money on him. Do you know what I mean? But it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy, people. It really is. It really is. See, people, for all the Arteta apologists out there, for all the Arteta bumberholes out there, Mikel Arteta or Noni Madueke, he is one of the most talented wide forward players in the Premier League. His arrival will really improve our squad. Let me repeat, I'm about to lose my head again, people. He is one of the most talented wide forwards in the Premier League. A man are asking me why I want this bumberhole out of my flipping football club. How can you watch this man and tell me he's one of the best flipping talents in the league? I'm confused. I'm fucking confused. I'm confused. We bought him from the same club that bought João Pedro. Yeah, João Pedro's going to play centre forward. I hear that. João Pedro's going to play centre forward. But let me tell you something. He can play on the left. He will start for Chelsea on the left. And guess what? He will start for us on the left. Because I think he's a bit better than Trossard. And I think he's better than Martinelli. No, man, the talent ID from this club, it fucking stinks, man. It really does stink, people. I can't lie to you, man. I really can't lie. The wrong Neto we ended up signing on loan was on account for 50k a week to flipping catch the ball outside the box. But big man 10, yeah, you remember that era. Lay out the cones and that. That's what my man was doing. That was his purpose. Listen, before I lose my head again, look, Madueke is confirmed. I'm adamant this signing isn't going to work out. I'm adamant of it, but it's the choice that we made, innit? It's the choice that we made. But listen, people, before we wrap up, I'm going to touch into the other big news today. I'm going to talk a little bit about United. You know what I mean? Because when I talk about Arsenal, I lose it. My head goes. I think we've seen enough today. There's so many other things I wanted to show you, but I can't. There's only so many times I can lose my head. I really can't. But yeah, people, some United news. United. Do you know what I mean? Finally, because they've been negotiating for this brother for weeks. Do you know what I mean? Broken by Florian Plettenberg. Yeah. Brian Mbeumo to Manchester United is considered a done deal. A total agreement with Brentford has now been reached. Manchester United will pay around 75 million euros guaranteed plus add-ons as first via the Athletic and confirmed. Medical soon. Now listen, it's a big signing for United. It's a big signing for United. I think they heavily needed to improve that attack because Hoyland and Mount and Garnacho is not it. You know what I mean? Anthony and Rashford, they're bad, but not so bad. Do you know what I mean? But Anthony and Rashford, they're going to look to move them on. Hoyland should be nowhere near that football club. Nowhere near that football club. Maybe another striker is due. I know they got linked to Ollie Watkins once. People want to run the back banter, say, oh, you know, they're looking at DCL, you know, Calvert Lewin. I don't think that was ever going to happen. There's just one thing. Like, there's just one thing about the signing people. And don't get me wrong, Mbeumo was great. Imagine Mbeumo, Cunha, and Xerxes. Yeah, that's fire. And you know, Mbeumo and Cunha, they're shooters. Xerxes the link, man. Yes, fire. But there's one thing I'll say about this. Because Manchester United already have a quality right winger in Amad Diallo. Now I know sometimes he's gonna be used in the wing back position as well. Do you know what I mean? You know what? Who knows? Maybe he starts there. Maybe he does. But I look at this United team and I'm looking at their midfield. I'm not convinced. I'm looking at what they have to offer as wing backs. Not convinced. Do you know what I mean? 70. How much? 75 million euros. So what we're talking? I think I brought up the wrong image actually, because I believe it's 65 million pounds up front and then another 6 million in add-ons, which takes it to 71 million. Now, for the quality of the player in this market, I think it's a fair price. When you consider that he only had 1 year left in his contract, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit mad to me. But he's a great signing, but it's like you already got a starting player for that right wing. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, Bruno's the captain. You know what I mean? He's Scamarim's favourite, so he's going to play. But with Bruno, because he's got poor positional discipline, you feel like you need an ultimate player in that midfield. Someone that can do a bit of everything. Someone that's got a bit more discipline. Someone that can hold their position. Do you know what I mean? But, and if United, if you are limited for money, because both Mbeumo and Cunha together, that takes it to 51, 81, 81, 101, 111, 121, 131, 133 million. It's not that much, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? But apparently these men, they don't have much cash. Do you know what I mean? They need to move players on. So as much as Mbeumo was a great signing, if you are relying on player sales to bring anyone else into the football club, then I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, you could have prioritized another position. Because I know these United fans, they're going to complain about Delo playing wing back. He's a good fullback, yeah, but wing back, he's shit, doesn't get ahead of the play, blah, blah, blah. I know these men are going to complain about Harry Maguire, even though I can argue maybe centre-back is the one position where you can say, you know what, leave it for now. They're going to argue about Maguire. They're going to complain when Martinez gets injured again. Do you know what I mean? They're going to complain about Dogu, even though I think he's a decent player, even though I think that he's got the right physical profile for them. Do you know what I mean? I do think there was a consensus of that fan base where they're not fucking with him. I can't lie, they're really not fucking with him. Do you know what I mean? I do think money should get put into other areas. I'm thinking of what's my man's name that used to play for Villa? Because I think United was actually linked with him one time. What's his name? Douglas Luiz, Premier League experience. I think he would be cool for that midfield. I think they were linked with Estupinian at one point. Do you know what I mean? He will fit good as a first team left wing back for them. Could even play left back if they fuck off Scamarim. Do you know what I mean? But look, you know what I know? Look, great signing, but you know, they do have some other things to do, man. They do have some other things to do. I can't lie to you. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes, man. Really, Arteta, you use those words. This guy just don't want to stop digging his own grave. Nah, he don't want to be 6 feet under. He want to invert. Trust me, inverted graves and that. This is what man is on, bruv. Inverted graves, blood. This is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Arteta was the shookest shoot in the field. Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. He is a bit of a coward, man. I can't lie, man. He's a bit of a coward. And you know what? I don't mind you adjusting things. Like, I don't mind that, but I don't know how we just gone this defensively and you thought that building a midfield with Rice, Marino, and Havertz was a good idea. You want to play fine passes through the lines, but you got flipping Lou Deng, better just basketballers in your midfield and that. Yeah, nah, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Do you know what I mean? Bruno and Scamarim, abrigado, tax. No, big facts. And that's a big problem, United fans. You know what I mean? The same country, man. You might should have got rid of that Scamarim, but you know, Ineos had other ideas. Whoa, what's happened? Yeah, Ineos had other ideas, man. Do you know what I mean? I believe United. Hold on a second. Let me get it up. Pause. Hey, yo. I believe United have money, just not releasing the funds. I hear it, but I don't know. I just think they've spent a lot of money in the past, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not that they don't have money. It's not that I think that they don't have money. I just don't think they have that live cash. Do you know what I mean? You know? But hey ho, it's not my football club. Long may their downfall continue, but making signings like Cunha and Mbeumo, two players that would actually improve us, by the way. I can't diss them for the signings alone. I can't. Quality signings. I want to take a Cunha on our left wing. Facts. Facts. Unfortunately, we can't judge. Marino was also on his last year at Sociedad, and we paid out the 37 mil. He's shit in this position we bought him for, and way better risk to take then. Now I hear it. And Mbeumo is a way better risk to take. Do you know what annoys me about the Marino signing as well? Obviously, I know naturally he's a midfielder, but for us, when he plays in midfield, I think he's dog shit. Shit. When he plays centre forward, I actually think he looks very competent. Like, worst case scenario, bro, I would fuck off Jesus, I would fuck off Havertz, and I'll have Marino as a backup striker. Because Marino can actually strike a ball. He doesn't have pedal feet and kick like a fucking 6-year-old like Kai Havertz. Don't get me started on that guy. Don't get me started on that again. 65 mil, almost 400k for that bullshit. Look, you're gonna get me started again. Okay? You're gonna get me started again, do you know what I mean? But big up Wine again. I said United should be looking at wing backs and one striker, and even suggested I'd know him before January. And look, he's at City. Talent ID 100B. Nah, big up yourself. Alec Norrie, that guy is a joke. Absolute joke. I'm surprised we didn't go for him. And you know what's funny with Alec Norrie as well, yeah? He actually has the technical ability to play that inverted role. So why didn't we go for him? Nah, we went for Calafuri instead. Because Arteta said so. Fuck, you know, and I know there's a lot of men that fancy him as well, blood. Do you know what I mean? Talking about him, oh, he's a wild horse and he looks so elegant. Get the fuck out of there, man. Get a room. Honestly, get a room. But no, you're right. You're right. Like, at Nori, I think in the next couple of years, I know he can be a bit suspect defensively, but the attacking fullback in it, do you know what I mean? You can't have it all. You can't have it all, but nah, I know he's a baller still, man. But yeah, wing backs, or at least attacking fullbacks. Because I don't think Man United should be buying players for scammering. You can't. Because I don't care what anyone tells me, this current group of players, even if you take out Cunha, even if you take out Mbeumo, they are not 15th place bad. They are not that bad. They really are not. I know I cuss Bruno, he's not my type of player, but all I know he's a good player. It's just that people vastly overrate him, and it gets to me. They vastly overrate him. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro has still good experience, still can do a job, can attack the box, can recover the ball, although because he's a little slower these days, do you know what I mean? Even slower than usual, because Casemiro's never had pace. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he can be a bit clumsy, get a few yellow cards. I've also seen Casemiro play some peaches. You know what I mean? Casemiro can still be a useful part at that United squad. They got Kobe Manu, they got Amad Diallo, they got Xerxes, who I think quite a few Premier League fans don't really rate him. Do you know what I mean? It's funny because when I've watched Xerxes this season, he's given me the most joy. He taught our centre-back a lesson. William Saliba, who all of our fans say he's top 3 centre-backs in the world, double nutmeg. And if you've watched Xerxes, bro, the nutmegs, the touches, the passes, there was a little 1-2 movie done with Bruno. Even that goal that he scored in his debut, it was a poor cross from Garnacho. He was running onto the ball. The fact that he was able to direct it into the corner in the opposite direction from where the ball was coming, like, yeah, nah, he's a good talent, man. He's a good talent. He really is a good talent. In fact, if anything here, if Arteta wants the centre forward that's going to drop deep and do the link-up team, Xerxes would have actually been the guy. He would have actually been the guy. Because maybe, okay, he's a little slow. When I say slow, I don't mean in terms of speed, but because the Premier League is very intense. Do you know what I mean? And he is a bit laid back. So, yeah, if he was playing for my team, there probably would have been times I would have found him frustrating. But as that centre forward role, the man that can link up, yeah. No. He's quality, man. He's quality. I can't lie. Big up Wahara in the chat, man. Fat search he needs to start. Yeah. If I was United, yeah, I do think maybe one more attacking player. Do you know what? I was gonna say maybe United don't need a striker, but I do think because me personally, how I see it, I'll have Ahmad and Mbeumo on the right. On the left, I'll have Konya and Kobe Manu. And then up front, Xerxes. Like to complete that attack, I do think you should get another striker. That's number one. And number two, a striker that is not going to drop deep and link up, but a striker that's going to go that way. To have two strikers of a different profile, it'll be two great options to have for them, man. Great options to have for them. Do you know what I mean? Big up Russell CFC in the chat. Big up yourself, man, G. World champion in that. Hurts to say that, but I've got to be real. Do you know what I mean? Playing golf at the moment, spending the Arsenal money. Yeah, on that note now, before this brother starts coming in and starts raving, do you know what I mean? But now listen, Russell, big up yourself, man. Do you know what I mean? You need to come back. Because you see this brother, people, Russell, I've seen him talk more sense than half of my fan base. Whoa, excuse me, people. I've seen him talk more sense than half of my fan base. So, now, honestly, big up yourself, Russell. I know you're going to keep boasting about Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? So, before you come back with another chat, I hope you're enjoying your golf, my brother, and I hope you're doing well. But I'm going to wrap up before you come back with more Chelsea club. Do you know what I mean? But, now, listen, people, make sure you hit the like. You understand? Make sure you hit the subscribe. Do you know what I mean? Big up Y in the chat. Big up Wahara in the chat. Big up Andre in the chat. Do you know what I mean? Am I forgetting anyone? Do you know what I mean? Big up B. I know you're sitting here watching me having a moan. I hear it. Do you know what I mean? You're a fan. You know what I mean? But look, big up yourself, man. Big up Jay in the chat as well. Look, people, look. Obviously, any other news, you know what I mean, drops, you know what I mean? You might see me back here again. But listen, make sure you man are back Monday, 2 p.m. Do you know what I mean? Got another podcast with me and James coming up, man. But listen, people, it's a Friday. You understand? Man, just cook up some stewed chicken. You understand? And some rice and that. You get me? Man's going to enjoy my meal. You guys, I hope you enjoy your Friday evening and the weekend to come. Salute.